Isn't that a good song though?
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've heard that.
I've listened to it like 7 times today by Johnny Cash, that version.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's so good. It's like, you know, it reminds me of when people say, oh, scotch, man, you gotta sip it.
Shut up.
Look at that. And I just can't get in.
Johnny Cash sings that?
Yeah, it was previously unreleased. So you know how they've been releasing some of his music? Some of his tunes?
Probably for a good reason, buddy.
No, they're freaking good. The timbre in his voice, you're just like, dude, why'd you have to die?
I don't know. I don't see it. But hey,
you don't like him?
Maybe I'll hear it. Huh? What?
What are you saying?
You don't like him from me saying that I might not like that song?
Yeah, I did get that. I'm sorry.
Dude. Didn't I paint him or something? I think I did.
Yeah, not very good though. Okay. So hold on, this is an ad. Don't want to get demonetized here.
And I just...
Come on with these freaking ads.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They didn't even let me skip it.
They've gotten longer.
Mm-hmm. My speaker's broken, so...
I can hear it.
If you could read my mind.
No, dude.
Dude. Okay, well, you gotta listen to it on better audio.
Previously unreleased, dude. Dude, that sounded like... Dude. How old was he when he sang that, dude?
It was near his death.
Yeah, dude, I can tell, dude. He's 1 foot already in the grave. Going, no, I got one more in me. Dude, that sounded like Death was singing that, dude. The somber in his voice. You mean the
timbre in his voice. It sounds so good, dude. Do you like Hurt?
You know what's funny? I never used to.
Okay.
I never used to really like it. I was like, this is... Actually, hold on. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just, I was like, yeah, okay, this is a song.
Oh my God. Okay, what about I Hung My Head? Hung my head.
How's it go?
I hung my head. I borrowed Jib's rifle.
Oh, yeah.
Sat on the hill.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, so
he didn't sound like he was dying in that one.
Welcome back to Just Josh and Jakota. I'm Josh. That's Jakota. And today we were posed a question, which was...
Just can't understand. What does he say?
And I just can't understand.
Does it understand?
I think so.
And I just can't get it right.
I just can't something. Today we're answering a question that was posed to us by Pat. Most iconic online moment.
Pat Sajak, right.
Pat Sajak. Give it a spin. No, that's not right. Only, what is that? Did you see that clip where he's like, I only have one thing to say to you. He tried to do Scooby-Doo's freaking...
No way.
It was terrible. That's the most iconic moment. Online moment.
That's funny.
That's funny how that kind of tied in, but I didn't mean to do that. That is one of the best, most embarrassing clips I've seen. Like, it's like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. That's right. You got it. And then, everyone's clapping and stuff. And then he goes, I just have one thing to say.
No! Oh! He brought attention to himself. And then
I thought it was an AI at first. I thought, there's no way he freaking said that. There's no way that he was like, hey, you know what I should do? A freaking Scooby-Doo impression, even though I've clearly never done one before. Not that I'm good at impressions either, but
the thing about impressions is they look easy.
Yes, they do. Like when I'm trying to do Shaquille O'Neal when you left last time, I was like, you know what? This will be so easy. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like a 3-pointer. Like it just
Dude, that was way better.
was it?
Yes. Oh yeah. Dude, if you would have said that, I would have got it immediately.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I got another 3-pointer. Dude, that would have been
Well, anyway, no, for real, I actually did think about this question. There's like so many like basically anything can be a meme these days. So when I say meme, I mean it more in a traditional. Not even, because memes like have evolved and evolved. Okay, video memes, I would say are classified as like a moment of history caught on film that has been turned into a joke, more or less, right?
sure.
I think that would be a fair way to say that. But people will say anything. Oh, you're a meme because of this and that. Like that, got him. That's a meme, right?
Right.
That was actually pretty good. But that's not my most, that's not what I think is the most iconic. Have you seen the one where there's a little boy, little ginger kid, and he's like getting interviewed at the fair?
Yeah.
And he's like, apparently...
Yeah.
That is the best. Because I was somewhere, maybe I was at the hockey game or something, I can't remember. And I heard someone else, I mean, why wouldn't I? But usually you just have these jokes amongst your own peer group or whatever, and you'll think something's funny or not funny or whatever. But someone else was just like, apparently I don't watch the news. I was like, what? And I think because the news or cameras, or at least, were it was at the hockey game. Yeah. And someone's like filming with a big over the shoulder camera. And someone else was walking by and was like, apparently I don't watch the news. I love that. Well, anytime Ashley or someone who I know says apparently, I think of that little kid saying, apparently scared me half to death. Like,
Wait, from the kid in the video.
Yeah.
How old's that video?
Oh, it's got to be old now. It's got to be like 10 years old, I bet.
Mm.
I think that's the most iconic. But maybe it's not. Like, I could be changed my mind, but that's the first thing I thought of, and I was trying to think of other moments too. And
what was the question?
Was the most iconic online moment?
And now, here's the thing. That could be open to interpretation of what that means, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, what were you going to say, like 9/11 or something?
No, iconic moment, 9/11. That's hilarious.
No, wait. What would be better? Because that was like before the interwebs were like mainstream, right? That was still a novelty.
What?
2000?
No, that was, dude.
I don't know. I didn't have the internet.
Internet.
No, internet was mainstream, but it was like still like if you didn't have it, it wasn't weird.
Right.
Now it's weird if you don't have the internet. Like,
Sure.
What do you mean you don't have the internet?
That was a long time ago.
That's like, oh, you don't have a cell phone?
25 years.
Yeah, okay, I guess use the payphone. But nowadays, if you don't have a cell phone, it's just like, there are no payphones.
Right. Which
There's
is
like-
weird. Why would
There'll
they
be
do
like, there's probably like 2 payphones in all of the Edmonton.
that? Here's the thing. Why would they get rid of those?
I don't know. But
It's like you do realize that.
how many payphones are in Edmonton? Oh, guess how many payphones are in Edmonton?
60.
60?
Yeah.
Okay, I said 2. Who do you think is closer?
You.
No, you are. There's 77.
Oh shit! Damn.
That was since 2022.
Damn. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they probably got rid of them because no one uses them. So they
They
have to
probably
keep
have them
servicing
in like
and-
lower income
yeah.
areas because some people still struggle out there, right?
Yeah.
And they need that. They need that. fucking-
25-cent call.
Dude, I
35 cent call now.
always checked the change.
Yeah, check it. See if there's a 5 cent in there.
You know what's funny when
A nickel.
there was I've found plenty of money, which was nice.
Yeah.
But also there was a time when I went to the mall, and of course there was like that like little booth where it was like ding 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 ding, It was like a bunch of cell phones.
Oh, yeah,
A bunch of, it was like a tree of phones. If that makes any sense. And of course, you just like push the thing in just to check.
Yeah.
Dude, motherfuckers put like thumbtacks and shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people like, yeah, dude, that's so weird. I was walking with my friend Alan one time, and he sees American money on the, like, not in the slot, not in the change slot, but like on the little counter thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he like picks it up. He's like, sick, $100 bill. He opens it up. It's $1 million bill. It says, imagine you found Jesus or something. It was like a apostatizing. That's not a word. Whatever. Like it was a little message, like a Jehovah's Witness or something like that.
Right.
Little message. Then there. It's like he just literally like just threw it on the ground. He's like, what the?
You should put those in the offering. See what happens.
Dude, that would be freaking funny. So what do you think is the most iconic online moment?
Okay. So I went on a literal sense of myself. So like what was like the most iconic moment of my entire online career? Okay.
Okay, so this is about you then.
Yes.
I was thinking about one for myself as well.
So here we go. I was like 6. Okay. I was 6, or however old you are when you're in kindergarten. Okay.
5.
5. Yeah, it was close. 5. There was a computer. I think there was like 3 computers. Or hold on, I'm mixing up 2 different classes. In my kindergarten class, it was so sick, dude. We had like a freaking house that you could play in. There was a freaking sand.
Yeah, a house that just like unfolds. It's super.
Yeah, it was sick. It was in the corner. You could like open the door or whatever, and then there was like kitchen appliances and shit, dude. Super sick. And there was like tables. You could do art on it. And then there was like a freaking sand pit, or like a sand, like you had to like, dude, I love that smell.
Sand table.
Sand table.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was like computers.
My class had a water table.
One computer. Water table.
Yeah, it was like a tub, a clear tub of water that was like, I don't know how big it was, probably like 4 by 4 feet, and there was like boats and stuff in it.
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck. The boats. Dude, that's so sick. And there was like a carpeted area. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. I was on the computer, okay? And there was this there was very little that you could do on the computer, right? Yeah. I think there was some games you could play. And there was this thing called Paintbrush, okay? It was like this pretty much like Paint, like Microsoft Paint, but it was a little different. It had like a little spray can. Dude, I think I just realized that I've been doing art since like kindergarten, dude. Yeah. Dude, this is what it looks like. Oh, my phone's fucking dead. There's like anyways, you could like paint pictures and shit with a freaking spray can.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Freaking
like
sick.
The first generation of Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, but it was called Paintbrush.
Yeah.
Google if you wanna check that out. Anyways, I loved it. I loved that shit. Every chance that I got, I was on that computer playing that. Eventually, like I figured out like how to like maneuver around certain things or whatever, or I watched other kids play it or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know about this. And one day, I was just messing around or whatever, and there was like this setting where you could there were stickers, I guess, or like, oh, this is a house, and then you could pop up a bunch of homes or whatever, or like here's a bone, right, and then like you put a bunch of bones, apples, whatever the hell, right, whatever you wanted, whatever it was. The selection was pretty wide, right? You could make paintings or whatever. Anyways, There was also like faces and stuff, right?
I know exactly what game you're talking about.
Human heads. There was like human heads, different nationalities and stuff or whatever, right? It was teaching you nationalities. There was like a white head and there was like an Indian head or some shit, and female and a male or something. Anyways, bro, I figured out, so they all faced the left, right? They all faced one way, right? Yeah. So like you couldn't really, I mean, whatever. You just do whatever. And one day I was just on the computer. Everyone's doing their own things, right? Because there was only one computer, right? Some kids would watch you. I think this was in free time or whatever it was.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm like, I wonder what, like for some reason it was my mission to make these like faces kiss.
Okay.
So like I figured out that if you like pinched the thing, you could flip
the
face. And so I just plastered that everywhere on my paint page, right? Just these people kissing, right? It was just the heads.
Yeah.
Right? And so, dude, I thought that was hilarious. I looked around, right, just making sure. Dude, this kid asked me, how did you do that? And like, I was proud as shit, dude. I was so super proud of myself. I was like, I just did this, whatever, right? The next day, dude, so I asked if I could go on the computer. Nope, computer time is booked up. I was like, what? It's like, what? Why? It's like no one really went on there, right? And it was that kid. And he was doing kissy faces all over that shit. And I was like, oh, I wanted to do that. I was like, what the hell? You took my time. Like, I had to go do something else. And then no shit, dude. Computer time got banned because the teacher saw the kid was doing kissy faces and figured it was inappropriate. So I think he got in trouble or something.
He's like, yeah, but Jakota was doing this. You're like, huh? Who, me? I wasn't even allowed on the computer.
I was super chapped, though, that we weren't allowed on the...
That's not what I thought you meant by personal, but that is funny.
Mm-hmm. I thought about this long and hard. And I was like, you know what? This has to be told.
When I think about one of my... iconic online moments that happened to me. I'm talking about like that happened to me that I posted online. And it's when I got stung in the face by that freaking wasp right in the middle of my lip. And you laughing your head off. That is one of the best things that I've ever captured on film because you are just hardly containing yourself. I remember I was with my neighbor and he's like, yeah, I saw that video of your brother laughing when you got your face stung. And he's like, yeah, me and my wife were laughing so hard we couldn't even breathe because of his laugh.
Oh man, that's good.
Yeah, dude, so funny.
That's funny. Dude, I'm trying to itch this scratch on my lip, but I can't feel it.
Because you just got back from the dentist?
Yeah, I got dental work, and now I can't itch it.
Well, just wait, I guess. I know what that feels like. You gotta be careful though. You're gonna cut your face.
Just slap it like a tattoo.
Okay. Speaking of online, I wanted to. Hopefully, I can pull this up.
Wow.
Hopefully I can pull this up. Hold on. I wanted to
Man, this itch feels like it's inside my skin.
Oh, come on.
What a weird feeling.
Ah, gosh. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it.
Dang it, that was really good.
Hold on. Sorry, this is taking forever.
What are you looking up again?
Okay, so I was scrolling the interwebs, okay? I wanted to get your opinion on this because I know different people have different opinions about, well, basically everything, right? Well, you probably, come on. There's this new freaking update as well that I just hate that Samsung has. Gosh, I hate it. Okay, give me 1 second. It should come up here. Hopefully I can find it.
Samsung?
I don't know if I can find it. I might have to just forget and just remember it. I just wish I remembered some of the replies. So, someone told a story about okay, so they have an honor stand. Okay, you know what an honor stand is? Like when you're selling something, like say at your driveway or like newspapers.
Right.
It's an honor box, what those are called. You put in a loonie or whatever. If you're Canadian, in America, what do you do? Put in a dollar bill to buy your newspaper into a machine. Do they even have them? I don't know. They put in quarters probably. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Anyway, and they trust you just to take one newspaper.
Right.
Not do like what we did when we were little kids, take out all the lottery tickets, put all the newspapers back, bring them home, try to scratch all those lottery tickets or whatever those games were, the Edmonton Sun jackpot or whatever it was called. Or stand in front of the honor box and ask people coming to the restaurant, do you want to buy a newspaper?
You did that?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Dude, no one ever bought one from us.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is hilarious. Anyway, okay, so that's an honor stand.
Right.
Or that's an honor box, but the same idea. You have your product, whatever it is. This person was selling flowers. Okay? This is a person who I don't know. They're just online. Okay? They said, hey, I have it. Hey, I can't believe this happened to me. This is the story. I had these flowers out on my honor stand. I had 3 bouquets left. A man came up, and so they have a price that says $20 per bouquet. All right, she's like, I have a sign that says $20, whatever. So you stick your money in the piggy bank, I don't know, whatever she has, and you take your flowers, right? Pretty straightforward. This guy comes up, and she has a camera. So she sees him come, grab the flowers, and he gives $2 each. So gives her $6. Okay? So that part's kind of annoying, and I don't like it. But you're stealing, basically, is what you're doing. And you don't have to do... What are you doing? $6 doesn't even cover one bouquet. But if you're going to be a dickhead like that, just take one. So I go to the comments because I was like, I wonder what people think about this. And I'm just going to make them up. But this was like because I can't read them because I don't have it anymore. But this is basically the gist of them. It was like, one person said, kind of creepy that you have a camera watching people come to your driveway. And I was like,
who said this?
What? Just someone who commented. Another person goes, so it's an honor stand, but you're surprised when people give you money? Like, what?
Oh, they don't understand. They're dumb.
No, they're not dumb. Yes, they are dumb, but not because they don't get it. They do get it. So she explains. She edited her post saying, to reiterate, I have a sign. I have a camera because people steal. Honor doesn't mean I trust everyone in the world and if I lose something, oh well. Because people were telling her, it's implied that honor stand business or it's not implied, it's expected that you will lose some product and you will win some. And some people will pay extra, some people won't pay the full amount. But like if something costs $20, it's $20.
Right. You don't go to anywhere else and then just go.
Yeah, let me just give you half, or not even half.
They'll just steal
let me give you 10%. Yeah, doesn't that just irk you?
That is very strange.
And these people are not even the ones who stole it. So like they're just trying to justify someone else's. Like
that's because it's not their stuff.
Yeah, so it's easy to be like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, or they'll devalue something based on like. So like flowers have very little value in my life, right?
Yeah.
So it's easy for me
Same.
to just dismiss that,
Yeah.
right? And obviously, I don't go.
I don't
It's
care
just-
about flowers.
I don't have. I mean, yeah, serves you right for putting. No, that's crazy work because like if someone is offering you a service,
Uh-huh.
okay, i.e., flowers, okay. If you can't afford it at the grocery store, you don't get them.
Right.
If you can't afford them at the
Flower
library,
boutique?
the library,
Library?
the honor box.
That's the same as a library. Oh, because you're thinking of like those free libraries that are like those little houses that are got a drawer on them or a cupboard.
No.
Yeah, no, exactly. I agree with you. So I wanted to get your opinion, and I think we're on the same page because some of the people were like, "Yeah, but what if he couldn't afford them?"
You can go.
Then don't get them.
Here's the thing:
Go
if
pick
you
your own.
right, if you can't afford someone else's service, you go do the service yourself.
Yeah,
Right?
and the thing is she wasn't just picking wildflowers, making nice arrangements and selling them. She grows flowers
Right. So
and then makes the arrangements. In fact, my old neighbor does this, and this is not the same person, but she had people steal her flowers. She didn't have a camera or nothing, so she had no idea who it was. She's just like,
damn.
what the hell? Because like she had like these nice like old fashioned buckets or whatever, like pails, and she had them in there and like individually wrapped, so you could have like individual, like you could just pull them out. This is a bouquet. This is a bouquet, and she had like a sign on there that says they're whatever they were, $20, whatever they were, and she had people steal. So she put in the community post, "Hey, by the way, these are not free flowers. Like, please don't take them if you are not going to buy them. Just leave them. If I don't sell them, then that's on me." But people kept stealing them. Her issue went away. So that could have been an honest mistake where someone said, "Oh, beautiful flowers," somehow didn't catch the price. But this other, the thing is not the stealing that bugs me, although that does bug me. It's the people like finding ways to make it make sense that it's okay to do it. They're like, "Oh, maybe you can't, maybe they couldn't afford it. That's very expensive. So, oh, you deserve it. It's an honor box."
That's crazy.
Yeah. What the hell?
That's crazy. What I'm a firm believer in getting what you earned.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't even cross my mind that if I saw something that wasn't mine, doesn't have a price tag on it, and then me go, "Yeah, I think I can have this." That doesn't make any sense to me because, first of all, if it's presented to you out on a stand or whatever, clearly it's someone else's. It's different than if you just picked it up off the ground. Holy shit, I just found this beautiful flower. Whatever. That's
Yeah.
different, right?
Yeah.
This is clearly...
They're clearly for sale. And while this guy was paying technically less, that's still stealing.
That's stealing.
It's just the people who were able to be like, "Yeah, it's fine that he did that."
Why?
And then
why? What's the
they-
justification?
The justification was maybe he couldn't afford it. You don't know his story. What if he has a sick wife? What
That's
if he
all
was
true.
coming back later?
That can all be true, and in the same sentence, it's still not free.
Yeah, no, it's not.
If
Now-
you asked,
That being said,
Right.
do you agree that there is something that can be ethically stolen?
yeah,
What would you say? Food?
I think food. Yeah,
If you're hungry?
yeah.
Okay.
I think food and water.
Water. Okay. I agree.
Food and
I
water.
think though that if you're going to steal food, you shouldn't steal it out of someone else's mouth.
Mm.
And if you're going to steal food on a regular basis, maybe you should figure out a way to pay for that, like with your labor, with your
I agree.
skills.
Yeah, for sure. If there was like, hold on, let me say this. If you've exhausted all your like options, like if you're
Yeah.
going straight for the stealing right away, then it's
Yeah.
like, well, dude, you kind of skipped some steps.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you
Then
doing?
that's not as justifiable
No.
in my opinion. But I mean, like, I would still, if I saw someone that was like fucking rough, okay, and I saw them take some shit, I would keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a goddamn thing.
I'd probably buy it for them.
Or I would do that. Yep. But like if it was like, I believe in minding my own business. When it comes to like that type of stuff. First of all, I don't really want to get involved with anyone stealing anything, but in particular, like necessities like diapers or like baby food. If it's like something where it's clearly for an infant,
That is something.
I ain't saying shit.
Because yeah, there's also, so let me clarify here. I don't think you should steal ever
No.
if you don't need to steal. You don't need to steal. I'm talking about living here in first world country type setting. If you are, hey Henry,
Oh. Sniff sniff to you too.
hello, hey pal. If you're in a spot where you are starving or just hungry, you don't got to be starving. I think there's room for it. However, I agree with you. That should be last resort because you're potentially harming someone. However, I don't care if you steal from certain types of people, such as people who take advantage of the system, of the human condition, if you will.
Right. Isn't that weird? How like you can be like, oh hey, killing's bad. But it's such a weird double, what is that called? Standard?
Double standard, yeah. Well, yeah. Life is complicated sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. No, absolutely. I think here's the thing. I think that killing can be justified. I think that murder can be justified. Which is crazy.
Yeah. But would it be murder still?
Like
I think if it's like if it's hold on. If you're the, so I don't really believe in karma, but if you are the arm that karma uses, it's not murder. Like someone kills you, or I guess not you, because then you wouldn't be able to kill them back, obviously.
Right.
But if someone kills your loved one or your friend or whatever, and
right.
they get away with it because of whatever reason,
right.
let's dig a little deeper. They get away with it because the
murder, like they take my friend's life.
Yeah. So you have a friend. Let's call him John for some reason. Okay.
John.
So John gets murdered by Bill. Okay. These are very simple names. So John has a lawyer named Phil. Sorry. Bill has a lawyer named Phil. And Phil knows that Bill killed John.
Right. Knows
it. His job is obviously to get you off. To hold on. To be like, hey, he's innocent. He doesn't have to go to prison.
Right.
Or let's be lenient. Let's have this go in his favor a little bit. Right? But I think there's like a moral obligation for justice to be allowed to be served. So Bill, the murderer, gets off because Phil's such a good lawyer. So right. John doesn't get any justice. He's just dead.
Right.
And he doesn't get a redo.
Right.
He's dead. So Jakota goes, oh, well, I happen to know where frickin' Bill lives, and I know where Phil lives. So let me take a stroll on down to the woods with a shovel and then invite them both over for a picnic. And you dig a hole, you get punji sticks sticking up, you put your nice picnic blanket over that, and you're like, there's the blanket with the picnic basket. I'll be right over. Mm-hmm. They go over. They both die in that pit, and you're like, wow, right. That's gross. And you fill in the hole. That's a little aggressive, a little morbid, but I think there is room, morally, ethically, there's room for that to be okay.
I'll say this. I don't think that the lawyer is the problem. The thing about
Okay, maybe not.
the thing about justice is you have to be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this person did this thing.
Yes.
Right? And if you're unable to do that, you're a shit fucking lawyer.
Okay, let's say Phil, the lawyer, said, like, hid evidence.
There are some shitty ass lawyers. So
And prosecutors.
like let's just say in general, the lawyer is just doing his job.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? I don't think that it's wrong that the lawyer did his job, because if
Okay.
your lawyer did his job and knew and presented the stuff out like they should, blah blah blah, then there shouldn't be any.
Okay, so nuance, obviously, yeah. I'm talking that Phil knows you're guilty and is a
Okay,
piece of shit.
so the smallest percentage of the shitty people, just like, I think that those people
Maybe he shouldn't be killed
should get
because he didn't kill anyone.
right. So they should get their rightful justice. But it's like, it's speculative to determine, I think,
Yeah.
what is justifiable. Like, who's to say what is the fair price for what, right?
Yeah.
So like, you kind of have to
Like, I'm thinking like eye for an eye, but that would be eye for a paper cut. So that's not fair.
If the lawyer didn't do any of the murdering, so I don't think that he will
Sure.
I don't think it would be fair in a hypothetical situation
For him to lose his life.
For him to lose his life. Now, let's say the person that did the murdering of my friend, right, was unremorseful, or was proud, or was like in some type of like affiliate with like some evil.
Sure.
Then yeah, I don't think that person should be breathing. They should.
Yeah, it depends on what they do.
I think that they should go out the way that they took.
Okay.
Took out.
So you said they were just doing their job. Do you really believe in that as an excuse for doing shitty things?
No, 100% no.
Because, like-
I think that here's the thing: people can be really, really good at their jobs, right?
Uh-huh.
And then there are people that really suck, right? And it doesn't matter what job it is. There's going to be those types of people everywhere, right? It doesn't matter. You could be Rhonda in accounting and then hate Joseph because he's a piece of shit because of X, Y, and Z, right? It doesn't matter. Shitty people are everywhere, whether you're a lawyer, a fucking grocer, a freaking person that works, I don't care where.
Can I just tell you something real quick? You said grocer. So I went to the orange store. I went to Home Depot. Okay. Did I tell you this already? So
You just gave me Home Depot, so no, I don't know. What do you? Hey, I went to Superstore. Did I tell you this one already?
so I went to Home Depot, and I was paying with cash. I go up to this lady. She's like, "Okay, did you find everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's normal." And then she's like, "Okay, cost is $47, whatever it is." So I give her a $50 bill, and so she owes me $3, for example. I have my hand like this, and where do you think she put the change?
Was this recently?
Yes.
On the table.
Yeah, right beside my hand. And I was like, what the hell? That's not the big deal for that to happen. But when she did that, then she like looked at me like this. And I was like I was speechless because I was just like, why would you put it right here when you could have put it right here? She's like, just personal preference, sir. And I was like, for whatever reason, that just bugged the shit out of me. I was just like, what? So I just said,
preference, huh?
oh, okay. That was weird. And then I took that, and she put the receipt there too. And I was just like, all right, that was weird. And then I left. And now every time I see her, she's like, I can help you right here. I'm like, nah, personal preference. And I'll just keep walking. She just, for some reason, that just bugged the shit out of me. I don't know why. That's probably a little harsh, but it just pissed me off.
Petty.
I don't like her now. I don't
get
know
that.
why. She's probably fine. I don't know.
You must have taken it like, that's strange. That is strange. I don't understand the psychology of it because I just would have been like, huh, whatever. But
I feel
there
like
are
was
things.
dude, you're gross. I'm just gonna put it right beside you.
There are things like, remember that time when we were in BC, and then that lady,
Yes, that was the best.
like,
I love that.
pissed me off because
Yeah, tell the story
she
again.
judged me. Dude, it's I barely remember it because I haven't thought about it in a while. But basically, this is back when I smoked darts all the time.
Yeah.
And I had none. And I was like, boys, I'm just going to walk to the inn. I didn't even bring my ID. I think I just brought my card, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like in my like early 20s.
Yeah.
And so I walked there, dude. And we were working on this house.
Yeah.
So like, I'm dirty as shit, right? Like I'm wearing like this tank top, shorts. I'm dirty, musky because like we've been like on the ground. We've been putting like
doing
cement
concrete,
and stuff. All right, so I look dusty as hell. I probably didn't shave for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Anyways, standing in line, I'm like, yep, just gonna get those menthols. And so I go to the counter. I go, hey, just pack of menthols, please. She's like, ID, please. And I was like, it's like the way that she said it. Okay. I can't even remember what exactly my response was, but like I don't even remember if it was what she had said to me or something pissed me off. She judged me hard. She looked at me, okay? Judged me hard, and then what came out of her mouth pissed me off. Yeah. I don't remember what it was that she said, okay? But I didn't have my ID, okay? Right. Which was why she didn't want to sell it. Why she didn't want to sell it to me. So I go, okay. I was like, I'm gonna be back. I fucking told her that. So I'm gonna be back. I was pissed because like I was like, this has never been an issue. I was like, I've already bought from here, right? I was like, I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be back. And so like on my way back, walking back, I'm like, oh, I came up with this like plan and shit. And I actually went back to the house, and then I told you guys about what had happened, right? I don't even remember what I had said, but I was like, I'm going back to the store. I grabbed my ID or whatever.
I think I told you to go back. I think you were just gonna go without.
I freaking go back, and I freaking I'm in line or whatever. She sees me, right? She was like, oh. I was pissed. Dude, I'm like looking through my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Gotta get my cigarettes. Anyways, she goes, I'm like, yeah, back for those menthols. She's like, okay, can I have your ID? I'm like, went like this. She went to grab that shit, and I was like, meh. And I was like, you can read it. Dude, she was like, oh, like taken aback. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Like, she was not expecting that at all. I was pissed. Like, she didn't have to do me like that, okay?
It's so weird when people power trip over nothing.
It was so stupid. I was so pissed that I pulled a Karen, okay?
Yeah, you totally did.
I got the cigarettes, and I was like, you know what? I'd like to speak to a manager. That's the first and only time I've ever done this, okay? This fucking guy comes out, and I say fucking guy because that's what he was. He comes out, oh, what seems to be the problem? I'm like, this fucking lady doesn't have any respect, blah, 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 right? I just went on like, dude, what she said to me, guys, I swear to you, it was just super rude, okay? Yeah. I'm trying to justify my Karen-ness.
Yeah, well, you have to be there for most of the time when people tell these stories because like your normal like demeanor is pretty like chill.
I've never complained in my life to like restaurants or like
No,
I'm
you
usually
don't. This
just
guy
very chill.
will go get clam chowder for some reason. At so many places, it's always clam chowder, and it's making him sick. And he's like, "No, I should eat it." I'm like, "No, you should not eat it." And I'll be like, then waiter or waitress will come by and be like, "Is everything tasting good here?" And he'll go, "Yep." And I'm like, "Sorry, miss, sir, whatever it is. No, this is not good. You should probably not serve anymore because he's getting sick right now." And he'll be like, "Oh, no, it's fine." It's fine. And he'll be like this. "Is everything tasting okay?" Yeah. Just like you got a bellyache. I personally can't eat clam chowder because it tastes like clam chowder, so I wouldn't know the difference probably. But like, yeah, that's happened probably like 3 or 4 times, which I think is funny. How you're just like, this one's probably fine.
I like clam chowder. Yeah, so I'm not very I don't really complain much. But this lady, there was just something about her. She was just, I don't know if it was like she was just having a bad day. If she's having a bad day, I can understand that.
Forgive
right?
her.
Yeah, hey, if she would have been like, "I'm so sorry, I'm just having a bad day," I would have been like, "You know what? I've had many of those."
Break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my cigarettes, but that guy, the manager or whatever, I don't think he did shit. Cause like I barked at him, and then I was like, "What are you gonna do?" Right? Like, what is gonna happen to her? Right? I said some shit like this, and she was like, "Well, we won't be disclosing anything like that." And I was like, "Oh yeah." All right.
All right. Well, I'll let you off this time.
I had nothing to say. I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, peer through the window and make sure she does her job right, or like, what the?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you don't know what someone's going through, right? That stuff is annoying. I've told you this story before, where I went to A&W, and I wanted, for some reason, I really wanted some chubby chicken. So I'm like, yeah, could I get some of that chubby chicken? So okay, what do you want to drink? Obviously a root beer. What do you think? I'm an animal? What do you want for a side? Onion rings, please. Perfect. It'll be 10 minutes for chicken or whatever she said. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'll just get the tenders then. Okay. What would you like to drink? Root beer.
Oh, right.
Right. And she did that like 3 or 4 times. And then I was like, okay, I'll just get the chubby chicken burger. I'll just get the nugget, whatever it was. And then I'm just like, I guess I could have been like, hey, is it 10 minutes for every chicken?
Right.
Or like,
she ended up saying that'll be 10 minutes, right?
every single time. And I'm like, why did you ask me what I wanted to drink and what I wanted for a side every single time? I almost took, there was like, she had all the trays on the counter because she like, it was rush. Or no, I don't think it was rush. I think she just had them out. And so she had like the tray with the tray liner and the napkins and the straws, right? And she had like 5 or 6 of them. And I almost just went, I guess I won't have anything today. But then I was like, what is that going to do? Then next time I come in here, she's going to be like, yeah, no, we're not serving you. Yeah, dude, just sometimes this, and you know, like, I could do a little better with controlling how angry or how quickly I get angry too, right?
I could have as well, but
right, it's just like, obviously I'm not in the right just because someone else is in the wrong, right, and that isn't necessarily wrong. She's just for some reason didn't care that,
right. I think that's just a lack of dude, that she wasn't trained very good.
And she was old though. She was like 50, 60 years old. I don't know how old she was, and she had been there. Like, I've seen her for like 6 years already. So it's not like she didn't know what she was doing. And like, I worked in fast food at McDonald's, at Arby's, at like a pizza donair place. And like, there is no, oh, let me make this difficult for you just cause. And then it turns out good. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I remember I told this story too, where someone pissed me off. So I was just being a little cold to them in the drive-thru. And I said, okay, I'll be right back. I left. I came back, and I gave him something. I can't remember exactly. He's like, did you spit in my burger? And I was like, no. And he was like, shit, he spit my burger. Which I would never do that.
Right.
I would never do that. No matter how angry I was, I just think that's absolutely disgusting. I just would never do that. But he thought I did.
Which is...
So he probably, that's just as good.
Right.
I would never do that.
Me neither. I wouldn't... I've never even... That thought's never even crossed my mind. I've never hated someone so much that I wanted to like... Well, actually... While working, I've never hated a customer so badly that I wanted to sabotage their food.
Right.
Never been.
No, I don't think so either. Okay, but now where's something where you know you've been in the wrong? Where you were like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna make this worse.
Okay. Easy. I was a little kid. I was probably like 10. Okay. And I have this nephew. Okay. and man, he got under my skin for like whatever reason. And we were working at the hotel. Okay. My mom used to work at a hotel, and she would...
Your mom did?
I'm just explaining to the to the people that don't know. My mom worked at a hotel, and she'd bring me and Josh, and then evidently Dalton, my nephew, and we were in this room. Okay, I was watching TV or whatever. Dalton comes in, says some shit. Okay, pissed me off. I can't remember what it was. I wish I knew, because what I did next was crazy. Dude, my anger, like you know how Anakin, like
and the children,
he succumbed to his anger because of his mother and all that.
Do it,
dude. I freaking, he said something or did something to me. Okay, angered me. I freaking grabbed him, and I grabbed him. Okay, and he was a little shit because like he would relish the thought of me like being angry for some reason.
Yeah, he did. He seemed to like it for some reason.
He loved pissing me off. So like, I think this was the first time I was ever physical with him. I was probably like 10. He was probably like 8 or 7, right? So I freaking grabbed him. Okay, I think I ran after him. I grabbed him, and then he like tried to like wiggle out or whatever. So he turned around. So like I grabbed him by the neck, like I grabbed him like this or whatever, and then he was like trying to like lick me or something, right? And so like that like took it to another level, dude. He was trying to bite me or something, right? And so I freaking, as he was like, I said, hey, here's my opportunity. Okay? I freaking took his jaw. Okay? I went, like it was like a pet, like a chip bag that I couldn't open, you know? He's like, dude, try to like open your mouth as wide as you can, okay? It's not, okay, yeah. I'm like, and I freaking kicked him. He like fell on the ground or whatever, and he wanted to cry, but like his jaw was hurting, so like he couldn't cry. And I said some shit to him, and then I left. And like almost immediately after I left, I was like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" Because like, dude, I'm a chill guy. I'm an all right guy. I'm a cool guy.
But once you get a little sugar in you,
dude, I was enraged.
That's another iconic online moment, by the way.
I would agree.
A pretty chill guy.
I would agree.
Anyways,
yeah, it was bad. It was not good. Guys, I know what I did was wrong. I was 10.
Yeah, and he was like 7,
a little shit. Yeah,
so he wasn't much younger. It's not like not like you were
like he was 4 years old. Dude, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
We were pretty much the same size.
Or he might be 8. It might have been 8 or something.
I would have been like 11 then.
Yeah, is he 3 years younger? Okay, yeah, okay. Well, okay. So here's something that I thought of is one time.
Me and him are good though.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
We are very much
Yeah, tight. Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you don't really do that anymore. So one time I was driving, road rage happened. There was this guy. I don't know how it started exactly. I don't really remember. But he either cut me off. I think he cut me off. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll cut you off then. For some reason, I was like, that's my go-to. And I've done this many times for some stupid reason. I don't do it anymore in my, more mature life. But like this was, I was 16 or something. So I'm just like driving my freaking, whatever it was, my Intrepid probably. Right. Chrysler Intrepid. Guy comes there and cuts me off on the highway. And I'm like, all right, look behind. I can just go right in front of him. Like, so close, probably. I usually, if I don't see their fender anymore, I was like, that's safe. Go in front of him. And then he has to slam on his brakes because I cut it real close. So then he comes up beside me and he's like, ah, you motherfucker. I can't hear him, obviously. Right. So then I just go like this. And then he just goes he's basically in the ditch. And then he's like, but for some reason he doesn't brake. Right. He just stays the same speed.
Dude, what an idiot.
Yeah, and then I just went all the way into the shoulder. So he's in the median between the east and westbound, roads. And I'm just like, dude, I don't care about this car. I'm angry right now. You can't just cut me off. I had another guy. Ashley was driving though. And he came in rush hour and probably construction. So deep traffic. He comes in on the shoulder and then sneaks in front of us. And I was like, what the? And Ashley's very chill. Right. She doesn't let things like that bother her too much. Like, it probably annoyed her, but she's just like, well, life goes on. And we're in her little Toyota Corolla, 1991 Toyota Corolla, blue Judy. I honked the horn. And then the guy, he's in like this, I don't know, old, like 80s Honda Civic or something. And he's like, he looks in the mirror, he's like, he looks in the mirror, and he's just like, I can't hear him. And he like starts doing all the like these sexual like movements and shit. What? Like while he's looking at me in the mirror, he's just like,
no way. What?
Yeah, he just does all these weird things, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So then I open the door. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm small. I was like 120 pounds. This guy is big. I can tell. He just looks like, I don't want to say his name, but remember that kid who I punched who was bullying me at the bus stop?
Yeah.
Remember his dad?
No.
Oh, damn. What?
I know who you're talking about.
He looked like his dad. Just a big old guy. I opened the door. And like it's no traffic is moving. So like that part's not the stupid part. The stupid part is literally I'm in danger by confronting this guy. I open the door. Luckily for me, because he would have creamed me, he got scared and he drives over the median. This is actually by that hotel that Mom used to work at.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it was right there. Now it's a Porsche dealership. But anyways, he turns there. And he just flips us off as he drives away. Like, he's just like, yeah, how dare you honk at me? And I was like, oh, man. I was like, man, if I got my hands on you, that probably would not have been good for me.
That is such a weird, like, to flip you off while he's running away.
Yeah. Well, and he was in the wrong. That, like, it was, I don't know. It just bugged me that he just cut in front of us. Like, we were speaking earlier, like last show or something, about zipper merge or whatever.
Were we?
Right? Zipper merge, that makes sense. There is no zipper merge in the shoulder. The shoulder is not a lane for traffic.
Yeah.
if you're going to be turning left, use the shoulder or right, whatever. If the turning lane is up there, but who cares about that? But if you're going to use the shoulder to then cut in front of me,
yeah, that's asshole. I don't like that.
Like that just annoyed the shit out of me. I
don't like that either.
I could not stand it.
Road rage, though, I think.
No, it's not a good.
Happened to me, I think, only once.
It's not a good thing to do.
No, not really. I think I'm very lenient with people.
Yeah, now you drive very slowly. Not slowly, but like what would you say?
I drive the speed limit.
Yeah. It's annoying.
I drive the limit especially when someone's with me, because here's the thing. If someone's with me, I'll speed when I'm by myself. I have no problem doing that because I'm not responsible for anyone else's life.
Sure.
So
I appreciate that.
If like I'm with somebody and I'm talking with them, I gotta look away. Right? If I'm interacting with the person, I'm gonna go probably the speed limit. If I'm by myself, or if there's like, I don't know, it depends on the situation. Also, I don't really want tickets anymore.
Yeah.
Tickets suck. I went 170 and got pulled over, and I think ever since then
You're just like, nah.
I'm just like,
not worth it. Dude, you're lucky that cop was not a traffic cop. He's like, I'm part of the freaking whatever task force, so.
Whatever he was, he threw on his vest. I was like, oh, God.
You're like, here we go.
I was like, oh, no. You have any idea how fast you're going?
I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's such a good joke. Dave Chappelle. Speaking of Dave Chappelle, that could be the letter D. We forgot to show how long it took us to do the alphabet game.
Took us like 4 minutes.
4 minutes, maybe 4.5 minutes. Mm-hmm. I think I remember you saying it was like 4.5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to start it. Let's do celebrity names.
Easy.
Okay.
And are we going...
Hand me that skull.
Are we going like their actual names, or can we use their stage names too?
Yeah, use their stage names. Whatever name. Just maybe not character names unless it makes the most sense. Okay, ready? And you start in 3, 2, 1.
Aaron Carter.
Ooh, good one. Beyonce.
Creedence Clearwater. Oh, that's a band. That's not a person.
No, yeah.
Carrie Underwood.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, Dave Chappelle.
D-E. Evan. Idris Elba. Or no, that's I. Sorry.
Is it? Okay.
Holy hell. Emma Watson.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Florence. I don't know her last name from Florence and the Machine.
Oh yeah, okay. G. George Clooney.
H. Hector Zeroni. Hannah Gatsby. No. Hannah Montana. Fuck. Helen Mirren.
Idris Elba.
Jessica Simpson.
Kathleen Kennedy. We're saying celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Is she a celebrity?
Laura Ingalls.
Oh yeah.
All right, that counts.
Yeah.
Right?
LM. Matt Dillon.
Noel Gallagher.
Oprah.
Peter Dinklage.
Quentin Tarantino.
Raven.
Sylvester Stallone.
Ooh. Tim Allen.
Hosier.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's how you say it, right?
Is that his name though?
Hosier.
Isn't that like the name of the musicalness?
No, that's his.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, I guess. How about what did I say? H.
Wait, why are we at H?
We're at H, right?
Wait, what did I say? Tim Allen?
Oh, you. Jesus. Uma Thurman.
Ooh. V. Veronica Lodge. Vern. Oh, Vern Troyer.
W. V. W. Right?
Yeah.
W. Warren Buffett.
X. Who has an X name? Oh, X. The freaking. What's his name, son?
Is he a celebrity though?
Oh, maybe not. Extenasio or whatever.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Y.
Yeah.
Yellow Wolf.
Zac Efron. 3 minutes, 39 seconds.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I feel like if it's under 5 minutes, then that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to play the freaking game like that.
Imagine if we didn't say any last names.
Jim.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. Carl. David.
Coral. Favorite classic movie from before we were born?
Favorite classic movie? Okay. Well, I definitely like
The King's Guard. No, I'm just kidding.
experiencing film. The King's Guard.
That was
It was a terrible movie.
not very good.
Okay, I like consuming films. Actually, one of my favorite memories is like when we lived at home still, and we would go to the neighbor's house, Thomas's house, and like just chill, watch movies, play video games.
VHS.
It was so fun. Yeah, dude. VHS, like
We saw all the blockbuster hits
yeah,
at that house.
yeah. On a
Because-
small TV,
Because we didn't have the
No.
extensive
movie library.
collection.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Where did he even get all the movies?
I don't know. Where did he even keep them all? Because I didn't see
Because
a
back then
collection
movies
anywhere.
were expensive. Now there's like get 3 for $5 or whatever at
He would
Walmart
just
or
have,
whatever.
oh, hey, I have this movie. You want to watch this? And then he would just be down to watch movies.
Yeah,
It's like, hell yeah.
yeah. I wish he was still around
Yeah, me too.
because he was so chill. You know, I actually had this idea. I don't know why. I just want to build like a man cave. That's such a stupid like thing to call something, but like I wanted to make like a little man cave, like little cabin, like log cabin probably, and have like just like a nice couch in there with like, you know, chilled like hang sesh spot with a TV and just movies and stuff, so you could just always just go in there, watch movies. I want to build it on my neighbor's property because I don't have room over there for some reason. Right at the front of the driveway, I just want to have like a little cabin there.
Right. And then, like, kind of like interior wise, make it look like Thomas's basement.
Yeah, just shit all over the place.
Yeah, freaking
Always
beds.
laundry.
There's like 3 beds
Yeah,
down there.
3 beds, cardboard boxes, filled with
Couch.
stuff like Amway stuff or whatever.
But you know what? Things always got moved around somehow.
Yeah, they always organized it.
Always, it was like sometimes the bed was over here, sometimes it was over there. Sometimes there was 2 side-by-side beds, and then there was a TV here, and then sometimes there was a couch here, and then there was a TV here. And you're just like, what the?
Yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah,
But the rest of the
watch
house
this
is-
we'll watch this
right.
in the bedroom for
Right.
some reason.
Oh yeah. Or then sometimes it would be right.
And then,
instead
yeah,
of
you
the
have
main-
like the TV with a TV underneath.
But then you would
it.
have to like walk through like a oh, here's a desk set that won't ever be used.
Yeah, and a
in the-
foosball,
in the
foosball
hallway?
table that was filled with stuff.
Yeah,
Or
like,
was it air hockey? Or
Here's a
something?
bunch of papers stacked up here.
Yeah, well, because his mom used to do Amway, so a lot of those boxes were Amway products.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
His mom was chill.
super chill.
I really liked her. She
So
was
nice.
great.
I didn't know what Amway was,
His dad was scary.
but I would knock on the door and she's like, "We don't want any Amway," and I would be like, "I don't know what that is. Do I have some?"
What is Amway?
It's like a multi-level marketing product business. like Tupperware. But it's like a bunch of products, I think. Hold on.
Amway.
Yeah.
They're like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what's,
Okay. So it was like beauty products, it looks like.
you know what's hilarious? I used to live in Arizona,
Yeah.
and back in 2012 or like 2011, like pyramid schemes was like very popular. Okay, back in this time, I'm sure they still are.
They definitely are.
I didn't know about them until that year. Let's just say. Okay, I had no idea what the hell that was. Pyramid scheme. What the fuck? Anyways, heard about them, and I almost was part of some of them. And like, I was like, well, I really don't want to sell shit door to door. I was like, that sucks.
They're like, no, man, just get other people to sell it for you, and then just you'll be under me, and then they'll be under you.
Dude, you know what's hilarious? Like, I would like, there was this one where it was like I had to sell knives or something. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But I was like, a job is a job, right? I was like, I needed something. And then like I bitched out. I was like, I'm not going to the interview because I was like, I don't want to do this because first of all, I can't even answer a phone without hating my life, right? Without knowing who's on the other end, right? So like me walking up to a stranger's door and then at that time was not a thing. Now it's whatever because of my job. Now it's like I have to, right? I have no choice. So whatever. I backed out or whatever. And then no shit, one of my friends was like, hey, I heard you were looking for a job, whatever, something. And she goes, yeah, hey, I have this guy, his name's blah, blah, blah. And he has a great opportunity for you. Do you want to meet up with him and me? And we could have like a bit of an interview. I was like, sure, I guess. I mean, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And so like we meet at this like Starbucks or whatever it was, some place. It was after hours, which was weird because like it was dark out, and like I was like, okay, whatever, I'll go anyways. And then so I knew my friend, right? I was like, okay, well, this is fine. This is whatever. So he starts talking, right? Hey, my name's Zach or whatever. Yeah, so you're interested in this or whatever? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a job or whatever. He's like, okay. So this is basically how this works is, and then it just sounded like it sucked. I was like, what? And then my friends all like shaking her head and shit, like, yeah. And if you get this, you get double the money. And like, it's like incentive to like get more people under you. Cause like she was trying to get me under her because she was already under him.
Yeah, but he could have just got you under him and it would have been even better for him.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
He starts talking, blah, 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 this or that or the other. And I was like, I don't have X amount of money to start off. I was like, I don't.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Right, because you have to buy in. My freaking friend goes, I pawned my mom's blah 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 to be able to do this, and I was like, what? No, I'm out. I was like, there's no way. And she's like, no. I got it all back. See, I have it right here. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You pawned your mom's what? I'm out. I'm outie. And that was it. I never got coiled in, but the scam was real, dude.
It is a scam.
I can't believe it. I was like, I couldn't believe it. As soon as she said, I pawned my shit.
If you guys have ever been caught up in a scam, please let us know in the comments. We think that stuff is fun to read sometimes. The conspiracies around pyramid schemes / multi-level marketing things are like, they can go deep sometimes.
For sure.
So if you've ever been caught up in any of that kind of stuff, let us know. If you have a suggestion for the lunchbox, please type that down below. Check out our Instagram. If you want to know what we're up to in between shows, check out our individual channels and check out the merch store if you want to support us with a shirt, or is that all that's on there? Just
shirt.
Yeah. Are all 3 shirts on there now?
Not quite yet.
Okay. Well, the other they're basically the same, but they're different. So get one of each, so people know that you're that you have more than one shirt, because you will love these shirts so much that you want to wear them every day. So get one of each, and we'll stay in touch with you. Next time we're going to talk about our favorite pre us being born film.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Easy.
I have some ideas.
Easy.
So thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday.
Thanks.